Family, Shalom, family. It's been a while. It's been a while. All right, so we're going to get into our lesson. All right, under 10 minutes. This is my time. All right, under 10 minutes. Always, we like to say Shalom, which means peace. Okay, in the Hebrew tongue. And today we have a good one. We have a good one for today. This is going to be found in 1 Corinthians chapter 10. Right? And remember, the point of these videos is for what? Edification, not destruction. All right. Okay, for edification. Right now, edification can hurt, beloved. It can hurt. All right. But I'm not here to destroy people, all this kind of stuff. My motivation is that we do things better, appropriate, and how God intended. Okay. All right. So we can go to 1 Corinthians chapter 10. And wish I could do the whole chapter, but I'm just going to go to, let's start at verse 9. And the point that I want to get to, definitely at verse 13. Right? So this 1 Corinthians 10, we have verse 9. Neither let us tempt Christ, as some of them also tempted and were destroyed of serpents. So when the children of Israel was going through, when they left out of Egypt, right, going through the wilderness, things of that nature, these serpents came and started, biting them, and they started dying. And basically have to look up to this brass serpent. It's a lot of that story we can't get into all today. All right. But he's saying, don't let us tempt Christ as some of them did. All right. So some of our ancestors and Israelites were what? Going against the things of God and tempting, and ultimately saying what? Tempting Christ. So if you think Christ just started in Matthew, there's something that you can use to say, no, they were tempting Christ even then. Okay. But that's not the main point right now in verse 10. Neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured, and were destroyed of the destroyer. Okay, so once again, our forefathers, this place is dealing with that wilderness, that 40-year span when they left out of Egypt and before they got in the promised land. Okay, so they were tempting Christ, and what? They were also murmuring. Okay, God hates murmuring. All right, beloved, let's stop doing the gossiping and being busybodies and things of that nature. Can't do it. All right. They were destroyed because of murmuring. All right. So it's a big deal. We're going to keep going. Verse 11. Now, all these things happen unto them for ensamples. Okay. And they are written for our admonition, upon whom the ends of the world are come. All right. So, beloved, when we talk about the scriptures, okay, when we talk about the Old Testament, because some people look at this and they want to, discard it, right? No, the Old Testament is there for a reason. It complements the New Testament. It's a complement, right? These things are for an example, how we ought to live, walk, talk, move, all those kind of things, right? Our livelihood, that's what it's about, those laws. I know people just destroy them and want to destroy them, but if you really look at them and examine them and study them, all right, this was for our good. Okay, so he's saying these things happen for an example. We're supposed to learn even the bad. That's the thing about the Bible. It has the good, the bad, and the ugly. All right, because you can still learn from the bad and the ugly. All right, don't repeat that history. All right, learn from it. All right, so he's giving you that wilderness aspect of saying, listen, we were messing up that wilderness those 40 years. Our forefathers and foremothers were going against God, doing things, murmuring, and all these kind of things. Learn from that. Okay, he put that in there for us to learn and not to follow that same path. Okay, let's go to verse 12. Wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. All right, so beloved, this is something that should be humbling for us. Okay. Let's get your mind sober, because sometimes we think we at a certain height and we above and this and that, right? Take heed. There's a lot of people that had that pride get in them, and what? They go to a great fall, right? You think you're above everything, and this will never happen, right? You have to be humble, beloved. Okay. Once you get filled with that pride, right? Filled with that pride, you're usually going to make a big mistake. All right. So anybody think if you stand up, take heed lest you fall. All right. You're only standing because of the grace of God. And as long as you stay and understand that it's God that made you able to stand, then you will be all right. You won't fall. Okay. But as soon as you think it's you, it's all about you and all these guys, that's when that fall can happen. All right. So we always want to make sure we're sober minded, understanding this thing came from the Most High. All right. That you're able to stand. All right. The verse. All right. The verse we've been waiting for. Verse 13. There have no temptation taking you, but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. All right. Kind of a longer verse. All right. Let's break it down. All right. Because this is supposed to also be motivation and encouragement for us, beloved. That's what the scripture's for. All right. They're a comfort to us. So, verse 13, there have no temptation taking you but such as common to man. Okay. So, this is a humbling verse to say, don't think you're going through anything that somebody else didn't go through before. Oh, it's bad because when you in that storm, beloved, you think it's just you. You the only one that ever been through this storm like this. Nobody can relate to what you're going through in that storm. And this is why I can fail, because it's only me that been through this. The scripture should encourage you in that moment when you feel that it's only you. All right. If we had more time, I'll give you some other examples where others, righteous people thought it was just them. Okay. But he said, no temptation. Nothing that you got tempted with is such that nobody else did. That's so uncommon to man. It was only me that got tempted at. No. So when you're going through it, I want you to know somebody else went through it. And you know the good thing about that, beloved, why I should encourage you? Somebody was able to overcome that temptation. So whatever, it could be family, it could be dealing with grief, depression, pain, all these things. Somebody was dealt with it and was able to come out on the right side of that. So there's a way, and that should be hope. When something's impossible, like, well, I'm just give up because it's impossible. But there's something where, oh, this is a chance for me. It gives you an encouragement, right? It gives you strength. That's what the scripture should do. So there's no temptation that taken you, but such as common to man. So always think about it, man. It ain't just me that experienced this. All right. But also, God is faithful. Because when you're going through your temptation, beloved, the first thing we start to question is God. We don't do it with nothing else. But as soon as we go through something, as soon as we go through a storm, we question God. Is he real? Oh, does he answer prayers? What is he doing? Right? You always question God. And he's been faithful the whole time. Right? So we have to be a reminder when you go through the storm. The thing is, Satan is trying to shake your faith because your power is in faith. Right? That joy you get is what? When you know God's been faithful to you. The joy of the Lord is your strength. So what do? He try to make you question your faith, try to question your relationship with God. All right. Listen, God is faithful. Listen what he will do. He will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able. So if God put this thing in your life, all right, or I say he allowed it or suffered to come in your life, he also allowed you to be able to take it. Whatever that storm is, if the storm is in your life, he is able, all right, to give you a way to sail through. Okay. That's the good thing about it. If you're going through a storm, like, man, it might feel like it's only me, but I know God is faithful. And I know he what? He will not suffer. All right. He's not putting on a weight that you're not able to do. Now, don't look at other people. You might be able to deal with, 100 pounds, benching. Don't look at the other person that just lifted 60. You are able to do it 100. So he's putting that on you because you're able to bear. He's not putting nothing on you that you can't bear. So, beloved, that should give us confidence. Whatever we going through, he deemed me worthy to be able to bear this. All right. Now, the other point is some of us putting some weights and temptations on ourselves that he didn't put on us. All right, don't be being wicked now. You put some temptations and problems on yourself. Okay, but that's another lesson. Let's go to the next part. But will the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it? So, whatever that storm is, he's already created a path for you to escape it. The problem is we're so in that funk of, oh, it's me, right? I'm the only one going through it, that you're not even looking for the way to escape. But, beloved, whatever it is, there is a way to escape. Put your focus on the way to escape and not stop crying that you're in the storm. Look for the way out because God already provided a way out. Okay, a safety way out. All right, beloved, that is lesson for today. All right, as always, once again, if you're looking for more truth, more teachings, longer in-depth teachings, Lions Design, go to lionsdesign.com. All right, you can join us on Zoom or watch through YouTube. We're Wednesday, 7 o'clock, Friday, 7 o'clock, and our Sabbath classes are at 1:30. Okay, our kids class at 11:30 on Sabbath. And we'll do another one. There's another one, but I'll announce that at a later time. All right, family. Brother Michael, Lions Design. And as always, we say, Ayana Habatham, which means we love you all. We truly do, family. Shalom. Peace.